Hello, everyone. I've watched a little bit of Crash Land on You, and this is episode 1 and 2 put together. Spoilers ahead review. We are doing episode by episode. Since it was all put together and there was a late start for the next episode, meaning episode 7, it's supposed to premiere actually tomorrow. We're putting it all together. I'm watching episode 6 today, and then we will have the review today, hopefully, before episode 7 drops. So let's get into it. Crash Land on You is a 2019 rom-com. It's a rom-com show. I really like this show, actually, so this is great. It stars Son Ye-jin as Yoon Si-ri, who was previously in White Knight, which is actually on Netflix as of right now, hopefully still. Han Bin as Ri Jong-hook, who is in Millionaire's First Love, which is an oldie but goodie. The story starts with Yoon Ri dating a celebrity. They don't really say who, and you don't really get to see, for clout, because she's kind of a clout chaser. We don't, as of right now in writing, we have not gotten a lot of backward information. There's only a couple of episodes out, so that makes sense. And she's one of those annoying bosses who basically is, she is not incompetent, but she doesn't act like she's competent and very nice to her employees. She's boss to Mr. Hong, Park Soo-jin, and purchasing manager, which you don't really get the specific name. She's from a rich family. Her father, Young Jin Hong, who at the start of the episode was coming from jail, has a family meeting and gives her the company, naming her heir, despite the fact that she ran away from her family. Her brothers hate her. Their wives are plotting against her. She tells her father that not to announce it now, or she won't be able to come in because she has a launch of the new paragliding thing from her company. So she goes the next morning to test out the product, which makes perfect sense. And sadly enough, before we go and get to that, her mother, Hong Jun-yoon, tells her to not take over the company. She remarks in saying that it's horrible for for a mother to wish her daughter away. You later in the episodes, you kind of see why her family dynamic is so complicated. And she gets blown while she's paragliding. She gets blown away, and because there's a big tornado, people are hurt, and she's flown over the divide from South Korea to North Korea, and it's a big shock. Everybody's having a freak out. Mr. Hong is freaking the fuck out. Her brother, who is now happy because now he has a chance of taking over the company, brother's wife, Ha-ji, praying that she dies. In a later part of the episode, she meets Officer Rin Jong, who is the first to see her. He's about to what you find out, because these episodes are really funny. They have what they have is that they have little extras, little like DVD extras, where you see from a thing, same scene from a different perspective, or from a different little part in the middle that you didn't see, something coming up. It's just basic extra film. And although he steps on a landmine, because there are landmines, and truthfully, around the border of North Korea and South Korea, there's a whole backstory to that of North and South, and if you don't know, just look up North Korea and South Korea issues, and that you should know, because if you're United States, there's been a lot of issues with that, or anywhere, because he's a dictator and starves his people. But one thing is that he decides to tell her to run away and to go right. Thinking that he's lying, she goes left. And because the tornado, all the power lines are down because there's electric fence, and she gets over, and now she is stuck in North Korea. And she wanders into the small town nearby the border, and the funny thing is, he lives in town, and he grabs her, and basically, because she walked into North Korea and they didn't find her, they're in trouble, and now they're kind of in a pickle, because now the group is trying to figure out what they're going to do with her. And she's in North Korea. So in North Korea, you can't do a lot of things. Previously in the episode, you find that he's a nice, good person. And South Korea officers find North Koreans trying to rob utilities. And he promises they're going to go to jail. He tries to question them. Some high-ranking guy comes in. Oh, no. You find out the high-ranking guy, officer, told them to do it. And they have a little operation going. But then they get murdered. And so a woman gets killed because she sees what's going on. And you're trying to figure out, because it's a several different plot points that go through him. The high-ranking officers who don't like him because he tells the truth and is honest and not trying to, do anything extra, and is extremely thorough. You have the plot of the family who does not like her, and then you have him and her trying to figure out how they're going to get out, and so they slowly come up with a plan, and she's hopefully will be able to get out soon enough. But as you find out, the head woman in charge is going over and searching for any contraband or anything like that, and they're going through, and she, seeing that, hides in the kimchi attic. Not attic, but, underground attic, which has a word, and I can't remember at the time. They go down, and she pulls them out, and she's asking, and she's like, because, obviously North Koreans and South Koreans, because they are separated, have different accents, she sounds funny, and they told her not to even talk to somebody because they're going to ask questions, and, also in this, because the leader did not like the fact that he was going in and asking questions. She goes up to Pyongyang, and I'm pretty sure I didn't say that correctly, and which is basically the capital where all the high officials are, and he goes and he questions. They try to put him in jail. The high-ranking guy figures out that he's from a decorated family, and he ain't one to fuck with. He gets out. Most people in the country don't really have cars, so he borrows another car. He drives from Pyongyang to all the way back into the border, And just in the nick of time, he gets out, and as they're questioning him, he grabs her and says, "No, who are you talking to? Why are you talking to her? That's my fiance." And so starts this very complex and what the fuck moment of that. And so that is, God willing, if I got everything, I'm going to put pictures and all this stuff to help everyone. That is it for episode 1 and 2. I'm going to publish episode 3, 4, and then 5, and then 6 before the night is out, God willing. We are also having a contest, so like and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram and on YouTube, not on Instagram, on YouTube. Put down your screen name and hashtag contest, and you could be entered by the end of the month. I mean calendar month. So the contest started today. So you'll get to win 3 things from any of my unboxing. It's random, it's fun, it's a contest, and maybe you'll win. So like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.